Go ahead, swipe again. If you have a balance, I'll pay double. The manager's voice sliced through the checkout line, laughter echoing off cold tile. Phones lifted. A pregnant woman stood silent, one hand on her belly, the other gripping a worn debit card. The machine blinked, frozen between beeps. Somewhere, a cashier whispered her name, but too softly to matter. Then came the click of approval. The crowd stilled. The manager's grin faltered, because that woman he just mocked wasn't who he thought she was. And by tomorrow, this entire store would learn exactly who had the real balance. Before we go any further, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us bring you even more powerful stories. Now, let's begin. She arrived when the store, the Grand Mart, was still yawning. Automatic doors sighed. Layla Davies rubbed her belly once, then pulled her denim jacket tighter like armor over an orange t-shirt. Rice milk, prenatal vitamins, bread. 5 minutes, she told herself. A woman near the cart sniffed. Someone whispered, "That dress looks tired." Layla angled her chin. Steady breath in, slower breath out. Fluorescent light buzzed. Cold air held oranges and disinfectant. Her cart wobbled and squeaked. She straightened a crooked cereal box. 2 teenagers filmed a snack wall and half filmed her. One smirked. At checkout, the manager lounged at register 3. His tie loosened, grin set like a dare. Max Thorne. He tapped the counter with a key card. "Wanting to check your balance before this gets embarrassing." The cashier, Maya, shifted her weight and glanced at Layla's hands. Layla placed items gently, smoothing the receipt roll. "Card in." The reader stalled. Max chuckled for the audience, now forming. Happens when taste is richer than the account. He turned to a couple behind her. "I'll pay double if she even has a balance." Soft giggles. A stroller wheel clicked. A cooler hummed. Layla's fingers trembled, then went still. "Run it again, please." Maya nodded and wiped the screen. Max leaned closer, breath of coffee and mint. "Maybe try budget milk next time," somebody muttered. "Priorities." A phone lifted. Layla felt heat climb her neck. She adjusted her clasp and tucked a curl behind her ear. Approved flash green. A tiny sound escaped Maya. Max shrugged. Must be luck. He pivoted to bag slow on purpose. Corners crumpled. Bread on its side. Layla lifted one bag and steadied herself with the conveyor edge. The baby shifted. She breathed. The crowd thinned. Who buys brand prenatals on Max cards? Layla slid the receipt into her pocket. A small paper square, suddenly heavy. She looked once at the floor plan she had sketched years ago for this regional branch in Oakwood Heights, then left without a word, the doors parting like a hush that knew something was coming. Now night settled as Layla sat in her car outside the store, the receipt folded to a neat blade in her palm. Vince hissed. A truck rumbled by. Inside, boxes slid, tape ripped, lights hummed. Through the window, she watched Max bark orders, then laugh with the couple who filmed her. He angled his jaw for their phone, the clip replayed on glass. Her belly, the stalled reader, his smile. Layla pressed the receipt to her lips, a small anchor. She wanted silence to win. The baby rolled. She called Daniel. "Keep it low-key," she said. "Walk through it open. Location 19. I want to feel it like a customer, then like a leader." Daniel said yes. Voice quick, then lower. "Security?" "Not yet," she said. "People show you who they are when no one is watching." Hands on the wheel. Memory rose. The first blueprint on a borrowed table. A coffee ring over the note. Softer aisle lighting for night shift moms. Another memory hit. Her mother counting pennies for formula. 2 teens skimmed past her bumper. That lady was funny sad. A smoker near the bay door muttered. "Manager has a sharp tongue, but he keeps shrink down." Layla marked the words and let them pass. A plane stitched a pale line. The receipt softened, resolve sharpened with small noises, carts clinking. Maya stepped into the lot, hugging her elbows, scrolling. Layla watched her bite a nail, glance at the doors, and type. Layla started the car but did not drive. Breathe 4 in, hold 4 out. Tomorrow we test the story this store tells. If it fails, we rewrite it. She slid the receipt under the visor. The paper looked like nothing and felt like a promise. On impulse, she walked to the donation bin and tucked a gift card inside a blank envelope for Maya. Driving home, she mapped questions. Why did he say those lines? Who coached him? What incentives made cruelty look efficient? Each answer would trace back to a choice she could change. At a red light, she checked the clip. Comments multiplied. One read, "Pregnant women shop with budgets sharper than yours." Another said, "I saw her at a food drive last year." Layla blinked and let the light turn green. She passed the first location she opened, a small box with faded awnings, and noted the paint she refused to replace. The night cooled, the baby went quiet. She felt ready. Morning light broke pale over the parking lot when Layla's SUV rolled in. She stepped out slow, smoothing her gray blazer, pressing the small ache in her lower back. The smell of wet asphalt mixed with roasted beans from the in-store cafe. Workers hurried to line up. They didn't know who she was yet. Inside, Max stood near the service desk, half smiling through the hangover of fame. A tablet glowed with the viral clip paused midlife. "It's already at 20,000 views," he bragged to an assistant. "We'll spin it. Everyone loves a villain they can forgive." Layla moved between displays, fingers brushing shelf edges, measuring dust, angle, order. Her pulse matched the soft clack of heels on tile. When she reached produce, Maya almost dropped her scanner. "Ma'am," she whispered. Layla gave a small nod, a finger to her lips. Daniel, the regional director, arrived, jacket sharp, expression unreadable. "Max Thorne," he said. Max turned, defensive already. If this is about that woman, it was a misunderstanding. He gestured toward the break room door just as Layla stepped through it. Silence spread like spilled water. She laid the same receipt on the table. "Misunderstanding." Her voice was calm but heavy. "Tell me what part you misunderstood. The balance, the belly, or the laughter?" Muck stammered. "Wait, who?" Maya whispered. "That's Mrs. Davies." A slow inhale swept the room as realization hit. Muck's throat bubbed. "The CEO of Harvest and Company?" Layla didn't answer. She moved closer until his reflection filled the cooler glass beside them. "Yesterday, you represented this brand. You told every woman who's ever come here, tired and afraid, that she's a joke. That ends today." He tried to smile. "Look, I can apologize publicly. Make it a PR," Layla cut in. "You already did. The internet saw who you are. I need them to see who we are." She turned to Maya. "You believe kindness still mattered. You're the floor's supervisor now." The crowd murmured. Phones lowered. Max's face drained. "You're firing me over a joke." Layla met his eyes. "No, I'm firing you because you forgot this place was built to feed dignity first." Security didn't need to touch him. He walked himself out, each step louder than the last. The two teenagers who filmed the incident were identified and had their social media accounts suspended. A company-wide message citing the violation of the Harvest and Company employee conduct policy against public ridicule and abuse. Max's employment file was marked non-rehirable for gross misconduct and detrimental actions toward the company's core values. Layla watched the door swing closed, then looked at her reflection in the cooler again. The woman staring back wasn't just the CEO. She was every customer who'd been asked for proof she belonged. She exhaled once long and slow before turning to the staff. "Let's restock the shelves."